Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 4 of Understanding Chaos Corruption. By the time this video is over, I will know all there is to know. I won't need a single other video than the Amber Kings. Nah, I don't even know. But we have Slaanesh, everybody's favorite man, woman, child. That came out weirder than it was supposed to sound. It was supposed to literally be man, woman. Anyways, without further ado, sending out a lot of love. Let's get right into this. And I will, as I'm watching, I will concoct a new potion of a question for this one. I really don't know. Now that we have Slaanesh on here, though I see everyone answering, being Chaos Undivided, everything else in between, which is totally cool. So for this one, I kind of think of something unique. Ooh, I got it. Okay, I got it. I got one. We'll see if it stays the same by the end, but if not, it's all right. Let's go. Hope everybody, I don't even know. Today is 2/22/22. Do something powerful today. Tell somebody you love them. Think of things you're grateful for. Shoot, if you got a dog, pet the dog. Take the dog for a walk. Shoot, if you got a cat, walk the cat. Prank the cat. Throw the cat into water. I'm just joking. Don't do that. Throw the dog in the water. They like to swim. Some of them. They all have different personalities. Some people say cats are... Nah. Is it universal that cats are assholes? Yeah, throw one in the water. Nah, I'm just... All right. Let's just continue. I'm gonna stop messing around. Slaanesh. This excerpt is by the Amber King. Let's get it.
She was suddenly very aware of her body, the same vessel of flesh that had served her for so long, but one that was very changed from its original form. Her fingers were too long, jointed in many places like spiders' legs. Her face was like porcelain, with wide gleaming eyes and high cheekbones, running up into a forehead split with a ridge of hardened skin that ran back along like a grossly distended skull, extending back for a full meter. The blades of her pelvis flared like petals of bone, curving up from her waist, and her spine was greatly elongated with hundreds of vertebrae that writhed of their own accord. Her skin was decorated, not with anything so crude as tattoos, but with elegant spirals so faintly etched that they were only visible to someone who concentrated for many minutes on the play of light against Lady Charybdia's body. Very few people, however, would dare stare at Torvindis's ruler in such a way. The thought pleased her. 100-strong gangs sweated in the infernal heat and darkness of a rock face, from which jutted stone claws gnarled in death, and spikes of still sharp steel. The slaves' limbs were corded.
I'm gonna go back to catch the name.
With muscle, but their faces were drawn with fatigue. They were of all species, legions of indistinguishable humans, massive orcs, monstrous ogrons, even a few shackled monsters from the alien fleets that traverse the cold space between the galaxies, goaded with the shock flails to tear at the rock with their claws. Most had been captured from the peoples of Torvindis, who had at one point been in Lady Charybdia's way, with the others brought in by raiders throughout the Maelstrom and handed over in tribute. But none of them would live 1/10 of their normal lifespan. The lucky ones dropped dead of exhaustion or were crushed by chunks of fallen bone. Those who did not try to flee would be butchered by the guards who stalked them. The guards missed nothing. Their outer layers of skin were pared off so that every breath of air was a raw wind of knives against their raw nerves. Every movement was like a radar blip of pain.
So far, just so I get some commentary in here, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa. There is something so seductive in the way the Amber King is talking. Do you guys realize that? And that is so fitting for Slaanesh. Like, that's fitting. I see if that wasn't intended. Nah, it was intended. It was intended. But I cannot shake the fact that it is the creepiest thing. It captures the feeling. He I like that. He did this good because it's really capturing the feeling of how, like, twisted the things he's describing are about Slaanesh. And we haven't even gotten to the crazier part. This doesn't even sound like it's not even it yet.
In their minds, and besides, the smell was wondrous. She reached out with her senses, and the scent of despair filled her, thick and purple, hot inside her head. It was the first she had discovered, back when it seemed the galaxy itself was young. She had never tired of it. They knew they would die, one way or another, and it was not just fear, but an utter lack of hope, the smell of abandonment and tragedy. Obsession, a sin, a source of vibrant emotion, whose very ripples have created the Prince of Pleasure, the Lord of Excess, Slaanesh within the wall. Have you not suffered the vice of obsession? Perhaps you got carried away. You just wanted to perform better. You wanted to feel better. Perhaps you wanted to be perceived in a better light. It is when this journey for improvement is taken to unhealthy heights that it empowers the dark god Slaanesh, a patron of pleasure, excess, decadence, lust and pride. This foul warp entity is the manifestation of the selfishness of the mortal races of the galaxy.
So it's like, okay, so that's cool as shit. It does really tie together now, like seeing Korn, Nurgle, Zine, and Slaanesh now. It's like, it's cool seeing how, well, I mean, yeah, you can kind of find his theme and everything, but how it's basically lit. I feel like I'm just stating the obvious, and that's what's stopping me from saying it, but it's basically just like cool how they kept the whole theme of everything is connected, basically. And that's why I really enjoy the warp. I forgot my warp take a long time ago, but yeah. Also, what is it about Slaanesh? There was something. Oh, the Eldar. Well, I can't remember now, but isn't Slaanesh's... So by what he just said, it seems like, okay, it was just kind of everybody is what I'm going off of now. Since everybody can drop into those feelings here and there, it was everybody's like kind of collective fault that Slaanesh manifested, but it's extremely the Eldar's fault because weren't all that sick stuff. I can only remember some of the sick things they were doing, but then like, yo, you know what's weird? Calling back to that, did they just increase the amount of sick things they were doing to keep Slaanesh at bay? Now that I think about it, how does that make sense? I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go double back on a lot of things just to make sure I'm remembering.
But yet on the other side of that coin, Slaanesh is the personification of excellence and perfection. Do we not laud the beauty of this world? Do we not celebrate the magnificent pieces of art and culture produced by humanity? Does it not move and motivate you when you see something truly magnificent and incredible? It is Slaanesh that promotes this very excellence, a patron of the finest arts, martial prowess, education, and experiences of pleasure. To be the best, to be talented and successful at the things we care about is an ambition shared by nearly all of humanity. Unlike the rest of the Chaos Gods, Slaanesh welcomes those that try to enter its realm. The corruption of the Prince of Pleasure manifests as this insatiably beautiful but yet horrifying vista, ranging from fields of shimmering gold, forests and fauna that shimmer with beauty, music that plucks and...
This picture does not do what he's describing justice.
pulls at your most treasured emotions and the smells of perfected wines. But yet this is intermixed with the mangled corpses of victims.
So basically Dionysus on cracker. Do people say Dionysus? I remember when I covered Dionysus, it was just, I said Dionysus. I like saying Dionysus. The gods are just reflections of us. So Dionysus, that's what I'm saying.
Contorted into displays of twisted art, landscapes twisted into forms that evoke a cruel, excessive sensuality, choirs of screaming, tortured victims, all leading to a chorus of pain, pleasure, and exaltation. The smells that fill you with a mix of blood, perfumed fragrance, and aphrodisiacs. At the very core of Slaaneshi corruption in the warp, it leads to the Pleasure Palace, a temple to the extremes of luxury, pain, beauty, and pleasure. But what happens when the influence of this foul warp entity creeps its way into your mind?
Let's get it.
It is often those who are consumed by their own obsessions that understand that feeling of being lost in their own world. A place where only what they want to achieve exists. When Slaaneshi corruption seeps into this feeling, it is taken to an even higher frenzy. The desire to push further and further consumes you. Your obsession paired with a drastic increase of vanity and ego. For are you not the most talented and most deserving? Where there was once a disgust at the sight and sounds of haunting decadence, your perception is shifted and you begin to enjoy it. Your mind races as the very extreme taboo experiences now fill you with comfort and excitement.
I didn't mean to. I was going to pause it after excitement. Going off of this picture, I still rather turn into a bird. I'm sorry, y'all. I still rather turn into a bird.
But that eventually becomes a problem, as the high you chase begins to give diminishing returns. To those deeply affected by Slaanesh's corruption, each decadent experiences eventually becomes normal, mundane, and you are now stuck on a never-ending chase of that experience of beauty and exaltation. But it is not just the mind that the Prince of Pleasure corrupts, as the body is equally twisted into forms that evoke shock to us. As the corruption of Slaanesh invades and tangles its way into every cell of your body, the change begins. You begin to feel your senses heighten. Smells, sounds, and taste is refined and increased to superhuman levels of sensitivity. From the lowest servants who show small levels of deviation such as paling skin, dilating pupils, horn-like protrusions, and elongated features.
See, like, I could not imagine this. Well, I could because, oh my gosh, just literally think about this. There are people who are more like, oh man, I'm not even gonna name them, but there are people that are super sensitive to certain senses. Also, you know, if I add on some esoteric stuff, there are people who do have capabilities of higher senses, right? For one, with me, this is something that's weird. It's never been said that it's anything bad, right, from a doctor. So, but like, I have really sensitive hearing and really good hearing. I've had it like my entire life. Same with something with my eyes, but I absolutely hate like I don't hate it. I don't want to say I hate it. Hate's really strong. But it's actually why I don't like wearing headphones. It's like no matter how low the volume is, my ears are super sensitive. Like I try to like not hear stuff. It's like crazy. So I could only imagine how much of like torture this would be to like someone who accidentally imagine like they could smell things intensely and they didn't really like that. And imagine like enjoying part of that and accidentally finding yourself indulging too much in that enjoyment of smells that Slaanesh's influence creeps into your mind, and now you can fucking smell everything like on crack. Like, and thinking of that for me with hearing, I already like when it's just peaceful and tranquil. I could not imagine hearing noises and creaks and everything in a superhuman way, unless there's a built-up resistance with being influenced by Slaanesh. So, like, maybe there's some sort of resistance. It's like, oh, they can hear everything, but you also have the built tolerance that comes with the mutation and changes. But if you don't, that's what it kind of seems like some of this influence is also. But because if you even thinking about Nurgle, I was gonna make a shout out to a comment, but honestly, I don't want to take too long and hold y'all up, so we'll just continue. But just imagine that. Like, I'm pretty sure it is actually it's the last thing I said. They have, like, once they're transformed, they kind of, whatever it be, maybe corn, zine, whatever, you have, after being influenced by them, you kind of have, like, a built tolerance, but the transition would be freaking horrible. Like, from the descriptions here, there's no getting around it. That period before you're, like, the ultimately under the influence would suck. It would suck no matter who you choose. But I think Slaanesh low-key is the worst from what I'm hearing. Probably the best after, even making me rethink my choice about being fully for Zine. But damn, the others are kind of making corn. Yeah, nah.
Escalating to those who receive the blessings of the Dark God and mutate even more horrific features, such as chitinous claws, fanged teeth, lapping tentacle protrusions, all designed to enhance their experience of pleasure.
Basically,
all this
hentai,
corruption crescendos into
vampires,
the demon princes of Slaanesh, such as
hentai, vampire, minotaur, bat people, which is just technically the vampire, and I should say new age vampire.
Fulgrim of the Emperor's children, possessing a towering four-armed form, joined to a snake-like lower half
Fulgrim?
and wings, crowned with elongated horns, exuding a presence of hedonism and arousal.
So it's Fulgrim.
It is this final form
Like,
that is the visual representation
Fulgrim
of a
is the
heart
Minotaur
polluted by
vampire
vanity, selfishness, and obsession.
Slug genie. Oh my gosh, okay. I didn't even connect that was a picture of Fulgrim, because then it made me think back to pictures I've seen of Fulgrim. So Fulgrim is literally the kinky. Yeah. Okay. I need actually. So I'm gonna ask the question and then we're gonna go. So we're gonna go on to something about Fulgrim, but I'm gonna ask this question. Oh, but you can only choose 3. Is there a way I can make a 4th? What is it called? Wait. Bear with me. Okay. No, I can't do this. This is gonna get super weird. Like, I'm weird, so I would say the question, but I feel like for people to answer, I don't know who would answer, so I don't want to ask that. I want to ask something like, okay, I'm gonna ask it in a cooler way, so it can be just universal. Okay. So. Okay. You're going into this is, I guess, asking too who would you be under, but okay. Say they didn't influence you at all, but you're almost like that new release where you can be a Daemon Prince at any 4 of them, kind of. Okay. All right. This is an easy question. I wanted to pause. That sounded weird. I wanted to ask it in like a 4-way thing, but I want to be like this. I think I'll just ask the first one. Who would you want to take into battle? Or not take into battle. Who would you want to come into battle with you? If you were marching on the Emperor himself. You were gonna stop them from keeping him alive. Who would you take with you to try to assault on the Emperor's castle or cathedral? Who would you take into battle? 2. Damn, it was gonna be like I was trying to do my own version of to say why it was weird was marry, kill, kiss, but but all right, who would you take into battle? What you weren't under their influence. They literally just wanted to side with you. Since they're chaos gods, I'm gonna go off of chaos in general, like chaotic nature in outside of Warhammer 40k, like the chaotic neutral, chaotic good, whatever. So they just want to troll. They just want to destroy shit. Who are you taking into battle? Like, who's gonna fight alongside you? Pick from those 4. The second one is, who would you least want to fight and why? So who are you taking into battle with you? Just like to storm anything, just to cause mayhem. Who are you going with? You can even name what you would be. So say I was like this. I'll frame it in a good way. I'm I'm Alfarius. It just happened like that. So I'm the Alpha Legion, and I would sign with Zine, for example, like that. Not exactly my answer. I would say I'm the Salamanders, and I'll probably side with Nurgle. And the reason is I think that, well, I want you to give the reason for the second one, but the reason I would do that is because I feel like there are certain bodies and certain things that you should not destroy with fire. And I think from my knowledge, my vast knowledge of games and little biochemistry stuff, I have no idea, but that certain things you don't want to burn, you want to kind of contain them and neutralize them, because burning would put it into the air and maybe make it worse for diseases. So I feel like we could cook up, and the salamanders, come on, they're the good boys, not all the way, but I feel like that would be horrendous to cause stuff with the salamanders and Nurgle. So that would be me. Then who I would not want to fight and why would be Nurgle again, because like I said in my other video, I seen the comments talking about you crack their armor and stuff. I still would not want to get near the disease. I would rather want Nurgle on my side. I would not want to fight against disease. And that's it. So put that down in the comments. Who would you want to march into battle with? And what you can add on who you are. You can be the Tau, you can be whatever you want, the Eldar. Oh, shoot. Oh, actually, yeah, dang, I would do the Salamanders, but I would say Eldar. You guys know me. But, and I would be the Craft World Eldar. Or actually, no, dang, I forgot the name. But, that is it. And the thing I was going to add about Fulgrim, okay, so why does Fulgrim get so much smack from the community? I think I need to cover a Fulgrim video. Not smack, but there's a lot of fun, like funny trash talk about Fulgrim if I'm picking that up. So I'm going to go, I think if there's a good Fulgrim video and you guys want to send it, you can do so. But, yeah. Other than that, we got Minor Gods left, and we have Undivided. So, all right. We're going to cover those. All right, much love and moonlight, and I'll see you in the next one.